tips on how to make the Shabbos Suda more meaningful and more special. We spoke first about expectations. Expecting every child to be able to sit quietly for an hour is unreasonable, and most children are not ready for that. We spoke about the Shabbos Suda, the Kiddush. It's very, very important in general to try to get as many people in the family to have their own jobs, their own traditions. This is what they do. This one does this one does that, and they have ownership of that job. Of course, we have to figure out what job works the best for every child. So sometimes you may know and sometimes you may not. Here's a great tip. Ask a child, can you please sweep the floor? If it gets done graciously, it's probably a good job for that child. If she's soon going to do it and forgets to do it, probably try another one. So Shabbos the Kiddush, my father traditionally always announced, we are making Kiddush. It's a mitzvah of the Torah to make Kiddush. And that's a great thing. So I added on to that a little bit. Why do we make Kiddush? Does anybody know? And of course my 5-year-old says, to remember that Hashem made the world. Excellent. What else? To remember that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. And that became our job. We start Kiddush. Haven't you remember about to make a mitzvah deraisa? A mitzvah of the Torah to make Kiddush. Who knows why we make Kiddush? And my youngest daughter, one of my younger daughters says, to remember Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, and to remember Hashem created the world. So that's why we do it. Why are we washing our hands now? I don't know. It's a great question. We remind ourselves, why are we eating the Suda? Why does Hashem want us to eat the Suda? These are great things just to stay focused. We're really doing something. We're not just eating. Some other great things to do during the meal. Many people have a big problem with Zemiros, singing Zemiros. The children don't want to sing. Some people make a contest out of it. They have a big, give out candies. Whoever sings nicely gets candies. Whoever gets sing nicely gets tickets for a raffle. Again, Zemiros, a lot of Hebrew words, and many boys and girls don't even know what it means. Again, Zohn Zemiros has a little bit of explanation, a little bit of the words, and that's a great, great thing to use by the Shabbos table. And then, of course, not just the Shabbos Zemiros. If your children are learning songs at home or in school that are nice songs, sing them at Shabbos table, the whole family together. It can be beautiful. Mentioned the idea of making a big deal about it. Again, every family is different. Make a big deal about the Zemiros. I know somebody who every child gets a leather-bound bencher with their name on it. And they sit, and again, many times these candies and these contests don't have to be forever. Once it becomes a family tradition, that we all sing Zemiros, we start enjoying it. We don't have to keep giving out the candies. We spoke again about preparing stories. Everybody loves a good story. So if the father or the mother, whoever's a good storyteller, the children. Again, a young child, a 7-year-old, could listen to wonder words. You get a great story. If she likes performing, let her say the story. Parsha sheets. Parsha sheets are great. The children have questions from their teachers. Every child can show off their knowledge in front of the whole family, and everyone can go, ooh, ah, wow. Anybody know what Parsha is this week? And my wife always says, I don't know. I didn't go to school, is it? And my little, I know the Parsha, wow, what Parsha is it? Okay, great, excellent. Some families play Parsha baseball. You get a list of questions. Play Parsha baseball. List of questions. And the child says, I want a single, I want a double, I want a triple. A single is an easy question. You divide the questions, harder question. And you play Parsha baseball. They go around the bases, they score, they win. You get 3 points. You get whatever it is you get, whatever the prize is. It's another great thing to do by the table. Another great thing is debating questions. You ask a question where everyone contributes. What is the halacha if you have an elevator, and in the elevator there holds 5 people, and 8 people went into the elevator, and they pushed the button and it went up, and then it broke because it only holds 5 people. What's the halacha? Everyone can have an opinion about that. And then you open up, again, business in halacha, business questions in halacha, Achas Shoalti. One of these great books of Yitzchak Zilberstein is a great book called Shmuz that has these ethical questions. And you ask the question, everyone debates, everyone gives their opinion, everyone loves giving their opinion. And then you say, okay, it happens to be this week's parsha talks about it. Some people say like this one, and some people say like that one. And you can have a great discussion by the Shabbos table. Just a great story. I heard from Alan David, Olav Shalom. He said that he was at work, and one of the non-Jews, it was Thanksgiving, and he said, why aren't you leaving early? You're not having a Thanksgiving dinner? He said, no. He said, you have no idea what you're missing. Thanksgiving dinner? All family gets together. We have delicious food. We talk. Everyone's calm. Everyone's relaxed. Thanksgiving dinner is amazing. Why don't you have a Thanksgiving dinner? And he smiled, thinking to himself, we have 3 of them every week. And then we have holidays. Many holidays. We have many of these dinners. But the non-Jew understood just the dinner, the magic of a dinner, the magic of a family. Again, one of the most important things with a family is to realize everyone on their level. How long can you expect your 5-year-old to sit by the table? Which parts is really important for him to be there for? Maybe it'll be Kiddush, maybe it'll be a story, and maybe the main course and dessert. I want to throw in another idea. A debate. Some people want all the children to be there by the main course. Possibly another idea is let the adults enjoy the course without the children. Be quiet, go peaceful, and then call them in for the main course. Here's a great idea, a fantastic idea. I think every family should try this. It's called Hashgacha Pratis. Everybody in the family should try to come in, let's say every Friday night, with a story that happened to them, or a story that happened to someone they know, of Hashgacha Pratis. Hashgacha Pratis means, I just saw that Hashem is in my life. And this is a great, great, great tool that children at a very young age can start thinking, oh, this week we were supposed to have a trip, a field trip, and it was a rainy week. And the day that we had to go, it wasn't raining. It's fantastic. Parents, I was supposed to have a meeting with my boss, and Zoom wasn't working, and this wasn't working, and suddenly I bumped into this one, I thought of a great idea. Hashgacha Pratis. Everyone has a Hashgacha Pratis story. My children said, I always forget my Hashgacha. I have one during the week, every single week, but I always forget it. So we got a little book. We wrote on it Hashgacha Pratis book, and we kept it in the kitchen. And as soon as someone had a Hashgacha Pratis story in the middle of the week, they would run and write it down, and they had the Hashgacha Pratis. And we used to joke, no dessert without Hashgacha Pratis story. And it's phenomenal that even little children realize mom is having Hashgacha Pratis, God is in his life, God is controlling the world, God's running dad's life, God's running the children, everybody gets that message. It's so, so powerful. Of course, the main part of every meal is dessert. It's got to be something good. And even better if it's made by the children. Again, you want it to be that everyone in the family feels ownership of the Shabbos Suda. So if I made the Franks and Blanks, and I made the dessert, there's nothing greater. Now, what's it going to cost you for a child to make a dessert if you already have a dessert? It's going to cost you a few extra dollars for the dessert. It will cost you chocolate chip all over the floor of the kitchen as soon as you finish cleaning it up. You just clean the kitchen and she wants to make a Duncan Hines cake, the Shabbos covered Shabbos Kodesh. And now the kitchen, everything's going to be a mess again. That's what it cost you. What did you gain? You invested, and your child did something for Shabbos. And when it comes Shabbos and they bring out that Duncan Hines cake that they forgot to put the sugar in, and everyone goes, delicious. You created a moment for the child. And those investments are investments that every one of us have to be ready to make. Benching, it's time for benching. Great idea for the family to sing along. Again, this doesn't work for every family is different. But singing along the benching. And again, what are we doing? Why are we benching? Why are we doing this? Oh, we're thanking Hashem for the food. Okay, let's go, everybody. And that's how you bring meaning to the family. And finally, the most important thing of a Shabbos Suda is don't let it drag on and on and on. It should be moving slowly, at a nice pace. Give everyone time to digest everything. Have a course, have a song or a story, have another course, another song, another debate, another little something to add and make it a smooth and pleasant experience. But remember, it doesn't happen overnight. It won't work for every child. Doesn't always go for every family, but everyone can do one step at a time, one idea at a time, that they are trying to make a Shabbos Suda. That's a real honor for Hashem.